Welcome scale modelers to Scale Model Kit Review. This is Steve. I want to thank each and every one of you for subscribing to my channel and taking the time to watch my review videos, my build videos, and so on. It's been, honestly, it's been a rocky road from the very beginning, as sometime about a year and a half ago my channel was hijacked and I was able to get it back thanks to the help of numerous people out there. One of them was Greg over at stevethefish.net and Gilbert Mondragon at the Styrene Syndicate and the League of Extraordinary Sprue Cutters. It's been an honor to present these model kit reviews to you, and I thought I'd give an update for the month of August, as I've got a lot of stuff going on. On the bench I have a lot of what we call shelf queens, which brings up another subject. I'll get into that later on the shelf queens. But I currently have a bunch of products that a bunch of projects on the run, on the go. One being the Death Dealer. That was a buddy build with Gilbert Mondragon, and he finished his and actually won an award at the World Model Expo in Chicago earlier this year. He got I believe it was second place or third place, but anyway, he won a medal there, and there were tons of entries. That is a big event, and I congratulate you, Gilbert, for that win. You did a beautiful job on the Death Dealer. Something for me to aspire to and to work my way up to with my build. So that's why I'm kind of taking the time with it. I've also been working on the World of Tanks kits, and one of them is the Tiger, and I'm ready to start weathering him up. And these little Hmong kits are excellent to build and just do what you want. It makes a nice little display. If you have a desk, an office at work, you can take one up to work and just display it on your desk there. I think it's a nice little cool little kit.
Hmong.
Those of you that don't know my channel and are just joining for the first time, I welcome you to my channel. This is where I provide out-of-box reviews on model kits. I show you in-progress builds on models. I will show you any tips and techniques involved with model building. I also will provide any reviews of new books that are out there, or even old books that I think that are relevant to the hobby and something that you can use in your model building. I also will provide links and suggestions to other pages, other YouTube channels within my videos for you to learn about the hobby and to enjoy it at the utmost. It brings nothing but pleasure to me. The hobby here. I don't like to see a lot of the drama that goes on the outside of it, but it's out there, and I pretty much try to ignore it as best as I can. But primarily, my channel is out there for your benefit, to see firsthand open box reviews where I'll take the kit parts out and I take and give you a close-up view of all the parts. I don't necessarily will tell you if it's a good kit or a bad kit. That's up to you. When you watch the video, I'm going to show you the kit parts. If there's any flaws in the kit, any short shots, they're going to come out in the video, and you should see that. I may point them out, and I may not point them out. I might just miss them. But anyway, it's up to you to decide whether or not you think it's the kit for you. That's why I put it up there. I'm not going to give you a bunch of, oh, this is nice. I'm not going to say, it's no problem with this kit. And I'm also not going to tell you, it's a beautiful kit. That's up to you to decide. That's why I put the reviews up there for you to look at. Now, in order for me to try to make the video shorter, I've created a blog page where I'll post up pictures of the kit parts, close-ups, so that way you have an idea on how big, you know, the panel lines are, where the ejector pin marks might be on the kits, where there might be any flaws in the parts. That's for you to decide if you want to spend your well-earned money on that kit. A lot of these kits do cost a lot, and a lot of them aren't affordable for the younger viewer out there. Let's face it, a lot of these model kits are made for the adult modeler such as myself. And if I'm going to spend $50, $60, or even $100 on a kit, I want to make sure I'm getting the bang for the buck with that kit. I want to make sure that everything is there, and for the most part, you know, what's shown on the box cover is actually in the kit, or what's listed on the side of the box is actually in the kit. Sometimes I'll actually try to test fit the parts if that's possible, but to keep the video shorter, I'm just going to show you the sprue parts. And that's what I do with my channel there. You may have noticed that I put repost on some of the videos. Those were the ones that were taken down when my channel was hijacked and the person tried to monetize my channel. I don't monetize my channel. If you see ads on my videos, it's because I've used copyright music or video within that video. So that's why the ads show up, but I don't monetize my video. So those repost videos are ones that were taken down because of the monetization, and I actually had them still, and I reposted them. I lost a few that I wished I had backed up, and I'm going to try to recreate those and put those out there again for you. I like having fun doing the mix with showing real scenes of the items. Like if I'm going to post up a review video of a 69 Camaro, I want to show you the actual car in the video and then show you the kit. If I'm made aware or I know of any issues with a car model as far as accuracy, I'll point those out. Not that, you know, all kits are very accurate down to the bone, but there are a few things that could have been changed that might not have been changed, you know, when they first came out with the kit. I have great resource behind me. I have lots of friends out there who are in the industry that know what's, you know, about a lot of these kits that come out before they even come out. So it's very helpful for me to share that information with you. The other part of this channel is for me to try to show you techniques and different ways of building your models. There's all different ways, and you know, my way is not the only way. There's other ways out there. And as far as reviews goes, there's plenty of sites out there that have excellent reviews that I watch. You know, I sit there and I leave feedback on those pages. I let them know, hey, I watched it, they did a great job. I think our community is awesome, and I don't have a problem going in there and watching what other people are doing out there. I think it's a fantastic community. I hope to build my subscribership up to 10K, and I'm getting close. You know, as soon as I reach get close to 10K, I'm going to go announce some prizes. So when that happens, I'll let you know. I do accept kit samples from manufacturers, so if you're interested in sending me samples, I will post those up there just as soon as I get them, and if I'm able to. A lot of times I travel out of town on business and I'm not able to receive those and post them up in time, but I have received samples from other places like Cyber Modeler, the online magazine. Cyber Modeler's been out there for a long time. I highly recommend that website, where they always present reviews of model kits and even some builds. I also have received samples from Wild House Models out of the UK, and those are fantastic resin kits. I mean, wow, those are awesome science fiction type of genre that's out there, and I do recommend those kits, and I'm very thankful to receive some samples of those. I've received samples from Fedoratron.com and warmplastic.com. He sent me some of his stuff out there, some of the photo etch and some of the lighting stuff, and I'm going to feature those in some builds. I haven't really showed those yet, but when I actually get started on the builds, then you're going to see his products. So I appreciate Elliot Brown for sending me those samples. I've also received books from classicwarships.com, and Steve is the publisher of that. Steve Wiper is the publisher, and you can receive those from many retailers out there from the U.S. They're probably the best photographic books of warships out there. And he also has a line of Dana Bell books, which are some of the aircraft series that are out there, and those highly recommended. Speaking of Cyber Modeler, that's where I first got started. I have quite a few model kits and reviews published on Cyber Modeler. All you have to do is search through their huge site of all the kit reviews and model builds that are on Cyber Modeler. I'm on there, and you'll find me there. You'll also find me on some of the earlier postings on Hyperscale, where I contributed quite a few photographs of the A10 to Brett Green, and so I'm also out there too. I've been in this industry quite a few years. I started modeling as a kid. I received a model kit when I was in the hospital for appendix surgery. It was at a base hospital out at Williams Air Force Base, Arizona, and this model kit showed up in front of me in my room, and it was a donation. I can't exactly remember who donated the kit, but it was the V2. I think it was a Revell monogram, the V2 kit, and that was probably the first kit I ever built. And I have a couple of those in my stash now. I'm going to go ahead and try to build them. I don't actually have that kit anymore. I don't know where it went, but I look forward to building that. It should be fun. Super excited about our hobby, our community. I'm just getting into the minis, painting miniature figures, watching a lot of the artists out there who paint those and seeing their styles and how they do things. Wow, I'm very impressed. And just being able to paint with acrylics and with oils and with inks, it's something all very new to me. I started off like anybody else, painting enamels, and with enamels, the old paintbrush was the way to go, and you had all these lines in the paint. It was, a good start. And then I worked my way up to an airbrush, and my first airbrush was a Badger 100 or 125 or 150. It was the old single action Badger airbrush. And then from there I moved up to the old Aztec airbrush. And that was fun, but you had all these different cups that you put in there, and you put all these different tips that you put in, and I learned a lot about airbrushing with the Aztec airbrush. And now I have quite a big selection of airbrushes, quite a few Iwatas, and quite a few Badger airbrushes, along with the Pachets. So I'm learning to use all those brushes as I go along. Most recently, you've seen me do some out-of-box reviews and throw in a music video at the end. And those music videos are a lot of fun. I produced a lot of those, not these ones, but ones similar to it back in the day on the old VCRs. Now, you had to have 2 VCRs in order to do some mixing and recording, sometimes 3 VCRs, right? You have two playing at the same time, and there was no computers back in the early 80s. I didn't have a computer to do this. So I did it all with VCRs, and then I threw in the music, the song that I liked on top of that. So that's the product that you see with the Firefox video with Tina Turner singing in the Firefox video. that's what I did back then. I also did the Right Stuff with Boston. You know, that was another one. And there's there's a few others. There's a couple I can't even remember what I did. There's one that I tried to post up there, and I'll put it right here just briefly because I don't want my video to get taken down, because Disney does not like you to use a lot of their older Star Wars footage along with, like, combine The Empire Strikes Back with the Hooters. And I thought it was a really cool little video, but I had to take it down. It's totally blocked throughout, and I can't play it. So, too bad. You know, I can't even post it up there as a private video. It still, you know, raises flags with the YouTube channel, and that's fine. I mean, they have every right to do that. You know, to me, I think it's artistic license that I can go ahead and sync up some movie scenes to a song. The Hooters don't have a problem with you using their music. They'll probably monetize that video if if it was allowed to be out there, and that's fine. They can make money off my video. But you know, those are the type of things I like to do. I may do a few more of those, mix them in. Obviously, it makes the video longer when I tag those in on the back. But yeah, I am trying to make the video shorter for you, because I know the attention span is, you know, between 2 to 3 minutes really on all these videos. I find myself doing that too. I'll go and watch something. I'm only on there briefly and then I'm off. Not all of them. There's a few of them that I'll watch all the way because I'm very interested in the subjects. But you know, that's what happens. So I'm trying to make mine shorter. That's why I created the blog. So you can head over to the blog and look at photographs of the kit parts. But anyway, it's an honor and a privilege to be able to provide these reviews for you. A lot of them come out of my pocket. I've slowed down on my purchases. I do have quite a large stash to go with, and you know, you're going to see not necessarily new releases, but you're going to see releases out there that probably aren't even in the community yet. They haven't been videoed yet in the community. So that's what my goal is, to show you some of those. But I appreciate each one of you for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate your comments. You know, please like my videos. That's what it's there for. Sometimes, you know, you get that odd comment out there, and you know, I like what SteveTheFish.net does with his. He kind of does a shaming section of his and shows what we call the stupid comments, and I think it's quite funny. I might do something like that. I don't get very many of them. I might get some with this, but it doesn't matter. I appreciate you guys standing by and watching all my videos and making the comments that you do. Oh yes, and by the way, I mentioned the Shelf Queen group build. That's over on the Styrene Syndicate and the League of Extraordinary Sprue Cutters. So if you have a Shelf Queen out there that you've been wanting to build and it's been a long while, or any Shelf Queen that's out there, head over there and join our little group build. It should be fun. I know I have plenty to do myself. And if you don't know who this man right here, Lenny, Mr. Flake, yes, I have your swag. Well, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your summer. I know school is getting back in session for a lot of folks, and let's hope that the weather starts cooling down for everybody and get back to that modeling. Like I tell most people out there, you know, go build something. Take care, everybody. Happy modeling.
Mom.
All kit reviews have been purchased by me, unless otherwise noted. I do this for the benefit of all scale modelers. Thank you for your support.
I knew I should have taken that left turn at Albuquerque. Oh well.